Thanks very much, Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Research, Innovation and Science. Speaker, for decades, manufacturing has been the backbone of our economy here in Ontario. In fact, nearly half of Canada's total manufacturing output is located here in Ontario. However, with the emergence of new technologies, many economies around the world are adopting advanced manufacturing in order to become more globally competitive. Minister, I understand that our government is making investments in several tech projects to help Ontario companies in that regard. And I understand the federal government recently announced the successful applicants of the new Superclusters initiative that is aimed at strengthening Canada's most dynamic regional innovation ecosystems. Minister, could you share with us how this program will benefit Ontario's economy and high-growth businesses?
Thank you, Minister of Research, Innovation and Science.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank the member from Etobicoke Centre for that question. Mr. Speaker, since the year 2013, our government has invested more than $2 billion in support to Ontario's manufacturers, helping create and retain over 90,000 jobs. I was thrilled to learn that an Ontario-based advanced manufacturing supercluster proposal was selected and will be receiving up to $230 million from the federal funding. The proposal is being led by Next Generation Manufacturing Canada. This bid, Mr. Speaker, will link the technology and manufacturing sector by using big data and intelligent machines. The supercluster will introduce new investments and create high-quality jobs for our people in the province of Ontario. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank our federal government for choosing Ontario for this proposal. Thank you.
Supplementary.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Speaker. This is promising news, Minister. Thank you for that. You know, on Sunday morning, I was watching Fareed Zakaria GPS on CNN, and he actually had a really interesting piece which was talking about the importance of AI and how economies around the world are competing to be leaders in AI to drive their economies, that this is the next frontier. And so my understanding is that we here in Ontario are now home to a thriving our artificial intelligence sector with more than 200 AI firms and institutions, which I think is great news. And nearly $3 billion has been raised by Ontario-based AI companies. Minister, I understand that an artificial intelligence proposal out of Quebec with deep linkages to Ontario was also selected for funding under this Superclusters initiative that you were just speaking about. Could you share with us more about how this supercluster proposal and how it will benefit our economy and our growing AI ecosystem?
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank the member again for that question. Mr. Speaker, over the last year, we have committed nearly $500 million to transformative technologies investments. That includes $50 million to Vector Institute for Artificial Intelligence. I was pleased, Mr. Speaker, to hear that the AI-powered supply chain supercluster of Quebec was also selected for funding under the Supercluster initiative by the federal government. There are 30 Ontario firms and several post-secondary institutions in Ontario that are involved in this supercluster. This project will complement Ontario's existing artificial intelligence capacity and solidify Canada's position as a global leader in artificial intelligence. Mr. Speaker, we will continue to invest in innovation economy as we move forward. Thank you.